Davante, as a football player, I'm sure you're trained to practice in a sauna if you'd have to. But being out here in California, your home state, in this kind of weather, is it a little bit more conducive to be able to just get quality work in when?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, we gonna make it work, make it do what it do regardless. But it definitely helps you keep your mind a little bit straighter when you're out here in reasonable weather. I mean, playing around in that 113, 115 that's been going on out there in Vegas, it's been a hot one. So definitely wouldn't be our first one having to deal with it, but this allows us to kind of chill and kind of focus in on just kind of getting right the first few days and keeping a little bit more weight on versus just coming out here shedding a little too much and getting dehydrated and all those type of things.
What about just getting away as a team? Do you feel like there's a benefit to that?
For sure, no, for sure. It's obviously a lot less distractions. A lot more quality time. We get together. Guys they're not like we dispersing throughout the day. We're back home, but just having that camaraderie, more dinners together, and all those type of things. Just a little bit more time to learn one another, and I feel like the best teams are real connected. Off the field as well. So just having a few extra reps to do that out here is definitely beneficial.
And then why is AP the right coach for this team?
I mean, AP is the right coach for any team. When you have a player's coach the way that he is, and he's understanding, he's very realistic, but also upholds and maintains a standard of ball that he believes in and that we all believe in. And it's just real easy to follow a guy that understands the big picture and has the same common mindset as what we have as players. So it's like I said, it's easy to get behind that. So we kind of, like I said last year, up until probably like the halfway point of the year, right before he became the guy. That's when we fully bought in, even before he was fully the coach, and now it's his now to run off of. So let's keep it going.
As a seasoned veteran, are you still as excited for the start of camp as you were when you were a rookie?
100%. I mean, training camp is when it feels like a quick off season, but then it also, you get out here and start throwing it around a little bit. It feels like it's been forever since we had, live reps and able to really go at each other and really compete. So, I love the competition part of it, and, we start getting able to, go one-on-ones and get back into our groove, getting back into the toolbox, because, obviously we got to work back into the shape, not the literal, wind shape, but the routes and, the footwork and everything, just kind of re-getting our structure back together it's a fun process, so I really enjoy it.
With that being said, it's your third season with the team. You take your past 2 seasons and compare it to today. What's been some of the differences in going into training camp this year and how today's felt compared to those last 2?
Well, for me, it's a lot different because it kind of feels a little bit more like the Green Bay years, because I'm back in that offense with Luke now. So with Josh, we came in here and we kind of had to. Even that first year, obviously, new offense and having to learn it, and then you come back in and it had only been a year in it, so you almost got to refresh a little bit more than what you would. So I've retained basically, I'd say like 85% of this offense, from when I played back in 21 in the same offense. So just having that familiarity just helps and relaxes you a little bit. I'm not stressing as much, having to look at my notebook right before we run out on the field. I can kind of just focus on getting my body right, mind right, coming out and get ready to go have a good practice.
How helpful has that been to some of the other players that you have that experience and maybe that they can come to you and you can help advise them on some of the plays?
I mean, I like to think it's been really, really helpful for them. There's something to having a guy that's familiar with something, and I feel like this offense makes a lot of sense, so it's pretty easy to learn. So when I come in and learning a new offense from the beginning is always going to be tough. New formations, it's a bunch of formations, a whole lot of plays. So when you have a guy come in, and I was kind of in and out of OTAs, and just to hear how comfortable I was with it, I think that it kind of calmed some of the guys down that were scrambling, their minds all over the place, learning, where am I, my X, F, Z, the motions and all of that. And then when I come in, kind of calm, like, oh yeah, this is easy. It kind of relaxes them a little bit, and I can feel that. So it's a good feeling to know that they, my familiarity with it can kind of rub off on them a little bit.
Davante, those of us who have covered you understand that when you're feeling a certain way, you're going to express that. No apologies with that. The Netflix series came out, and there were some parts of that were represented how you felt in a certain period of time last year. Is it different now? I mean, I'm sure you feel differently than you did at that point. And what's the guarantee that it's not going to get to that point again?
Well, I don't live my life in with the mindset of things are, may get bad. I like to think it's a fresh slate, and I got a whole new mentality, whole new. I didn't come into last year, with in a bad place. It was just kind of, things. It was the way that the cookie crumbled, and it's you saw raw emotion, and that was just genuine, a genuine look at what we were going through, and it wasn't always the brightest point, but there was a lot of good moments too, and obviously it's a television show at the end of the day, so there's going to be certain narratives and things like that. Not that it was not accurate, because it was very accurate in the way that I felt, the way that the team felt, and the kind of the place we were in as a unit. But I'm in a really good place right now. Really happy to be out here with the guys. Happy to watch Aiden and Gardner go at it and just have a really just put their best tape together. They're not even battling each other. It's Aiden versus Aiden, Gardner versus Gardner, me versus me, Cole versus Cole, and that's just kind of how it is on this team. We're not battling with one another, other than across the ball. Obviously, we don't have our battles, but within each position group, it's just going out there trying to put together the best tape, and coaches evaluate who's looking the best and at what point, and then we go from there. But I'm in a really good place right now, and really excited. I think today was a good day to start off on, so happy about the opportunity we have in front of us.
Are you glad you did it? The document, are you glad you did the series?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, any decision I make, like I told y'all before, I'm a stick by, and I don't live my life as, in hindsight. Hindsight's 2020. We already know that. So at the end of the day, I couldn't determine if I was going to have 1,500 yards or 500 yards on the season. And, you sign up for it. It was a good deal. It was really uninvasive. So I'm not the type of guy. There's enough cameras in front of me now, and I get enough attention walking around Vegas. So it's not really my style to have a camera crew follow me like that. So the way that they did the show, it looks like it was that type of deal, when really it was just so low key, and those guys did a really good job. So it was a good experience.
You mentioned before
How's
about
the rest of the family dealing with superstardom now? The kid as well.
Oh, you think the superstardom came from the show?
No.
You haven't met your girls.
For them.
Oh, for them. Okay, got you. Well, I'll tell you, Deja is extremely thrilled every time she sees. I'm scrolling on Netflix trying to find Coco Melon or something. Or she really likes Thelma the Unicorn right now. I don't know if y'all got kids, but you should. Thelma the Unicorn's a pretty good movie on Netflix. Shout out to Netflix. But yeah, they love it. They just seeing my face, and then they start running the credits, and she says, "Daddy, I want to watch me." So I love that she loves it. She sees the love that I get on the sideline, and it kind of makes her a little bit more excited about being at games and practices and stuff like that. So I love it.
You have done a great job of having a balance between being a superstar football player and a dad. How exciting is it now to be a boy dad?
Well, we don't have them yet, but I'm waiting on that call now. At any point at this point, but it's a great feeling though, man. I'm thrilled to. I had to take my girl dad driver head cover off now, and I had to put my logo back on there, because now I'm just a dad. I'm not just a girl dad. So it'll be an adjustment, but I'm happy that I have my girls first now. I wanted to have my boy first, but I'm happy I have my girls first, because I feel like it softened me up, and I'll be a little lighter on my boy than maybe what I would have been initially. My friends don't believe that. They think it's still going to be the same. But yeah, I'm excited about it.
So you ready to take off then at a moment's notice? You got to go back?
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, hey man.
Is it any day now?
Yeah, I'm not giving the due date, but it's coming. I mean, we close enough now to where it can be any day. So we'll do what we got to do. If it does happen while we're out there.
When it comes to the quarterback competition you were talking about earlier, Antonio said that he's really got no timeline. It'll happen when it happens. It'll present itself. Mm-hmm. As you're out there, what are the benefits and kind of the drawbacks of not knowing really who the starter is going to be? And I know it's first day of camp, but
yeah, I mean, I suppose there's pros and cons, but at the end of the day, we get enough reps with both guys, and we're all communicating. When I'm talking to a quarterback in the meeting room, it's not my guy. It's not just, I'm not just speaking to Aiden, or I'm not just speaking to Gardner. I'm speaking to whoever it's going to be. And we have really open conversations, and we all get reps with all the quarterbacks. So obviously Aiden's running with the ones right now, but it's guys are getting enough opportunities to where they'll get a solid evaluation, and I'm definitely watching at all times, seeing everything, and learning how the ball comes out with Gardner versus Aiden, and all those, all the quarterbacks in every position. I got my antennas up just for everything. So not exactly sure what the cons are. Obviously, not having as many reps maybe with Gardner, but just the conversations that we have, and that's kind of how Aaron and I used to work. It wasn't just about the reps that we had in practice, but it was about the communication, the film that we watched together, and just going over timing and different things like that are equally as important as getting those on the field reps.
What position group do you want to see on Netflix next? What would you?
Corners.
Corners. Yeah.
They asked me, and I told them that I think that corners, DBs, but mainly corners. You'll get some more. It'll probably be a little bit more eventful on the field than what you, because then you get some of the receivers action and all of that stuff too. But I think corners with a mic are more dangerous than a receiver with a mic. Yeah, I think that they will take the opportunity to relish that moment a little bit more than maybe what I would when I'm on the field.
Not that you don't care about your individual numbers, but you've said a few times you were more worried about team success at this point in your career. Is there a certain benchmark you have going into the season for what would keep you happy in that aspect?
As far as like,
team success.
how many? I mean, it's hard to put a number on it. It's not about a certain amount of wins. It's more about how we look as a team and how we start. Really, I want to come out starting fast and just really maximizing our potential, man. I mean, it's not really about. I'm not expecting to go out there and win 17 or 18, how many games we have. But at the end of the day, it's about how we look as a team, and if we can come out and match the energy that our defense had at the end of the year, and if they come out flying the way that they do and set the tone, and that's just gonna make it so much easier. I talk about that every year, coming out starting fast. That way we don't have to dig ourselves out of a hole at the end of the year, and be superheroes and run the table and do all these crazy things that you've heard over the years. But if we could just lock in and find a way to start fast and come out here, challenge each other. We're not doing any joint practices this year, so it'll just be good versus good the whole time, and find a way to just push each other. That way we can come out and come out flying that first quarter of the season, and then
Thanks, Dick.
make it a little easier.
Thank you, Tim.